Does fandom impact on my daily life? Not necessarily. I can go a day without making a Sherlock reference. Sometimes it's quite hard. I mean, I'm dressed up as him right now, so clearly. I mean, I would say that a lot of what I do is fandom based in my daily life. But I mean, that makes it kind of sound like I've got an addiction to Sherlock, but I don't. It's just more like I have a lot of friends who are obviously Sherlock fans, so I talk to them on a daily basis about Sherlock. And I suppose if I didn't have that conversation, sometimes it's just an easier point of starting off. So I mean, it's not necessarily that again that I struggle to have a life without Sherlock. It's just sometimes it's nice to have a life with Sherlock. It's quite exciting because not many fans know obviously that this is where they film it, which is North Gower Street, and they film it just here where Speedy's is. I've been here like 3 or 4 times already, but I mean each time I come back it's sort of reminded that the cast were here and they filmed here, and you can go and eat where they might have ate, and it's just kind of a nice atmosphere, and it is quite exciting just to be here. The one time where it's kind of been really strange for me is obviously at the Sherlock Holmes Museum, and me and some friends were dressed up as the different variations of Sherlock, and like the people in the queue wanted pictures, and I'm like, this isn't a convention, this is just a very surreal moment because it's just strangers on the street, and that's been the weirdest moment, I think. But it was brilliant, but it was very, very strange. In the late 1800s, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle killed off Sherlock Holmes, and he was brought back in the early 1900s due to popular demand because people would try and attack Sir Arthur Conan Doyle on the street, and they would wear black crepe in their hats and their hair as if to go into a mourning state. The BBC adaptation was brought back with kind of a big bang because it was advertised by sending an empty hearse around certain Sherlock locations, and fans would get a chance to get a picture with the hearse. And this is also to do with the connection of going into a mourning state. The fans seem to be in a mourning state after 2 years of there not being a series, so it's kind of linking the two things together. I feel like a kid. In 6 months of being like a fan of Sherlock Holmes, I'd probably round about spend £300. This particular costume cost me round about, adding everything up, maybe 250 quid. Well, I think the impact it has had on me is because I've built myself into this community, and people, complete strangers who I don't know, have helped me out with like sending me like food, and like money that when I've needed kind of help getting somewhere, like seeing my partner or seeing friends, or just being able to get out of like my home, and they've also kind of offered me like this kind of safety net, and that, I suppose the impact it has is just being able to be here with you guys doing this documentary. As cheesy as that does sound, there's only one negative aspect of being like kind of people being publicly aware of who you are on the internet, is that you have to be very careful with what you say.
Hey everyone, it's Ando here, and some of you may not know that I run a project called the Sherlockian Body Positivity Project, which is essentially raising body positivity within the Sherlock fandom. Guys, I don't know if any of you have this issue when you're just sat in your room and Benedict is just giving you those bedroom eyes and you're like, Ben, no, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, we can't do this, but just look at him. Could you resist that face?
The positive effect that fandom has had on my life is the kind of friends that I've made, and having and being able to do things that I may not have done if I wasn't in this fandom, such as this documentary, being able to kind of go out to various different plays that some of the actors are in, because you learn about a certain actor, and then you kind of be like, I'm just going to go see them in a play, and then that's a sort of positive effect of being able to see other performances and other mediums of entertainment rather than just television. But the friends thing is something that is really important to me because of the fact that since finishing uni, it's kind of been very hard to kind of have friends as such, because everyone's moved away and you're not quite sure, like, oh, can I go see my mates this weekend? I don't know, they might live on the other side of the country, but having a sort of friends through the internet and being able to talk to them, it's kind of made things much nicer, because you're just like, at the end of the day, if you're having a really, really awful time, you've always got somebody who's there to help you, even if they they just happen to say, how you doing, I hope you're okay, it's still that kind of, they're there for you, which I think is why a lot of people are in fandoms. It's not just because of that they like something, like they like Sherlock, or they like Doctor Who, or they like Torchwood. It's just they're there for the people rather than the thing itself. I think one of the reasons why I do cosplay is it is the kind of love of a character and expressing that love of a certain character through cosplaying them. I think that's one of the main reasons people do it, because it's just like the character Sherlock is quite complex, and it's also one of those things where you're just like, I don't feel like I'm Sherlock, because he's too clever and he's too complicated, and I'm quite a simple person. So I kind of want to kind of attach myself further into the Sherlock fandom by cosplaying and showing my love for this character, and it's also quite a fun thing to do. Okay, how do I feel that the media represents fans? Well, the media represents fans in an extremely bad light. We're seen as these manic 15-year-old girls, and not all of us are 15, and not all of us are girls, and not all of us are manic either. Like, I feel that it's been a few select incidents that have happened in the past where people have latched onto it, and that's grabbed their attention. It's like a pilgrimage for fans to come here every so often and get pictures of it, because it's like a very important shot, because this is where, like I said, Sherlock died. So obviously the fans want answers about how things happen, and everyone has different theories. And at the end of series 2, it was really, really popular, because obviously fans would come here and be like, maybe if we come here we can work out what really happened. And it's also where like they did kind of like joke shots of Mycroft and Moriarty shaking hands and walking off, and it was very like teasery for the fans, but it's quite fun to be, not fun, it's a hospital, but it's quite interesting to be here and be like, you know what, it feels very normal, there's nothing particularly exciting about it, but it's very extraordinary for fans, because we know why it's got some importance to us.